explain what I did here to achieve this ghost cam tune or lope tune, depending on what part of the car community you come from. My engine is equipped with variable valve timing, or VVT, and normally at idle, the intake cam has 0 advance. Now what I did is I clocked it all the way the other direction as far as it could go, which is 44 degrees, the complete opposite end of where it's supposed to be, and I had to crank up the idle speed control to add a bunch more air at idle so the engine would actually run, and the result I got was a car that idles like 1,000 horsepower Evo. Maybe not quite, but you get the point. And this is basically the same way that the Mustang guys are doing it with the Ghost Cam tune. Now, some people hate this mod, some people think it's really cool. I actually think it's kind of neat because the reason that they can get the Mustangs to idle like that is because the 5-liter engines actually have a pretty aggressive set of cams. And they just use the variable valve timing to tame those cams down during idle and cruise so the engine is still efficient. It produces low emissions, and then when you get on the power, the cam timing changes to let you take full advantage of how aggressive those cams are. Now let me stop right there and say if you have a car where you've got control over the variable valve timing, I'm not recommending that you try this. Don't go blowing your motor up to replicate an internet meme, okay? Now with the Miata engine specifically, it is a non-interference engine, which means no matter where the valves are opening and closing in the engine cycle, they should never be able to contact the pistons, no matter what. Should never be able to contact the pistons. Now, if you've had your head shaved, if you have aftermarket cams, aftermarket head gasket, aftermarket pistons, have had the engine rebuilt in any way, shape, or form, it could be different on your setup. That's why I'm saying you shouldn't try it. But I'm a man of the people, and I will risk it for the meme. And I'm actually surprised at how sick the idle sounded on that thing. It was way more aggressive than I thought it was gonna be. I would say that sounds more aggressive, possibly than any big cam Miata motor that I've ever heard. I've heard 272s in person, and that idle is more aggressive than that, and I have completely stock cams on my engine, so I thought it came out rad. And the reason to bring up big cams like 264 duration and higher is because when you install those, you inevitably increase the valve overlap, or the amount of time the intake and exhaust valves are both open. And overlap is the main thing that causes that lumpy idle, not duration or lift. So in my case, I've taken the relatively mild stock cams and just used the variable cam timing to increase the overlap from the normal 7 degrees to a super aggressive 50 degrees. An amount that you would never see on a non-VVT engine unless you installed like 282s at stock timing, which although they would scream in the high RPM, would absolutely destroy all hope of fuel efficiency and low-end torque. On the other hand, the Ghost Cam tune has absolutely no performance benefit, and it's only for those who are true racers at heart, like myself. Now, of course, I'm not going to be running with this tune because it absolutely guzzles fuel at idle and just doesn't run very well, but it sounds cool, and as I just demonstrated, basically at the press of a button, I can activate it. So if I go to a car meet or something and I need to, you know, pump up my chest around all the big boys, then I can activate the Ghost Cam tune. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something about the Ghost Cam tune. Don't forget to smash like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.